All right. Hey guys. This is my first YouTube streaming, so I hope it works out okay. I am a little nervous and not super excited to be doing this, to be quite honest with you, because this was the one thing I said I was not going to do on a live video, which is talk about the coronavirus. But life has other plans for us sometimes. So I've been getting a lot of downloads and information about the coronavirus. And a lot of it is pretty disturbing and fascinating to say the least. We have a lot of conflicting information out there, a lot of people channeling, a lot of news outlets saying things, our government saying things, and nothing really is homogenous, nothing really connects together in a way that makes sense. And so this I would like for you to take with a grain of salt. If it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, then toss it aside, which is kind of what I say about everything. So I have two skulls who have been really helping me with the channeling work. I have Peony, my rose coats, and him, who is a collection of masculine energies. These two have been chattering away nonstop about coronavirus. And so I'm just going to kind of give you an overview of the things that they've been telling me for the past month or so. First off, one of the big questions is this virus man-made? Yes and no. It is an organic virus that has been around for a very long time, but it's been manipulated and patented by humans and released by humans. So at this point, it's easy enough to say it's man-made or man-manipulated, okay? But what's important to realize when dealing with a virus is that it's live. It's a living organism. It is not static, and unfortunately, it is not predictable, even though the people who are in charge of it want to believe that they are in control of it and that it is predictable. It is not. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. It's out there now and it's moving around and doing its thing. Where originally it was meant to be controlled, and the people who created it do still believe that they are in control of it. However, it has since mutated several times and is no longer under anybody's thumb. So it's literally out there doing its thing. Origins of the virus, not so important at this point, except to know that it is carrying on a mission now. The people who created it and deployed it are no longer in charge of it. A higher energy is now taking this and moving it towards a different agenda, okay? So is coronavirus gonna go away? Eventually, yes, but it's also gonna mutate many more times, and it feels very much so like there are other viruses on their way. So coronavirus is not just going to disappear, unfortunately, and everyone is going to be exposed to it. So part of the issue is misinformation on how to proceed with your life when dealing with a deadly virus. Important to note that it seems to be moving in a way that is hard to make sense of. I really caution you against looking at any news footage or any articles on the internet and taking them as gospel, because they're very easily manipulated, and it's deeper than you think. It's deeper than you think. The more fear that they can drum up from this virus, the more control they have. When people are in a state of fear and panic, they can't think. And when you can't think, you need somebody else to make your decisions for you. And in fact, you look for that. You look for anybody who seems to have the answers or anything that's going to help you, and you say, okay, fine, let's do that. Moving a huge population into the fear zone allows mass control, okay? So look at that. Also look at the fact that the coronavirus has crippled the small business economy in an unprecedented way. Look at the fact that mass corporations are profiting. All of the big names are profiting off of this. And all of the small mom and pop brick and mortars restaurants, basically any type of business that is not connected to a mass conglomerate is struggling or has gone under. And there's no end in sight for that because restrictions keep changing and shifting, right? And the fear is real. So look at what has actually been the effect on businesses and on people around you. Look at that. Don't just read things and look at the internet and watch TV. Observe for yourself what has actually been happening. Are people dying from this virus? 100% they are dying from this virus. Are they dying like they say they are dying? I'm not so sure. That doesn't feel clear. What does feel clear is that we have a system in place that is meant to disseminate information in such a way that can create mass panic and fear, and we are being shown right now who is in control of the way that our society functions. Okay, so there's that. People have been asking, what about school? What's going to happen for school? Lord knows I'd love to know what's going to happen for school. That's up in the air. Is it super dangerous to open up schools and have kids in there? I mean, at the end of the day, if everybody is going to be exposed to this virus, we have to be acting in that way, right? So imagine you're not preventing yourself from getting exposed to it. What you're doing is slowing down the amount of people that are going to be piling up in hospitals and seeking medical care, okay? Bottom line is, this is a mass event and the beginning of many mass events. And there is no way to sugarcoat the fact that a lot of people are going to die. I have been feeling that very clearly for many months now, and I know a lot of people have been feeling that as well. And it's hard to say it because nobody wants to hear that. We know that there is a huge shift that needs to take place, and we know that our current system is not working. So we know that something drastic has to happen. We would love for this drastic thing to happen without mass casualties, but that's just not what's happening. The earth is basically rising up now and shaking us off like fleas because we have become a pestilence to the earth and it needs to be corrected and balanced. And that means that a large amount of people are going to be exiting and are beginning to exit soon. The more you understand the energetics on a soul level, the less frantic that idea will make you. So it's important to start learning about that, to start reaching for information that is beyond what is given to you, and to start tapping into here and seeing what your own intuition and your heart is saying about what's going on. Step outside of your fear and ask yourself, how do I really feel? What do I really think? What really resonates with me? What makes sense? What doesn't make sense? It's going to become imperative for you to be able to make up your own mind and use your own brain to think about everything, okay? So this is, like I said, going to be the first of many events. And it's a good time to look around you at the people who are close to you at this time and see who's been able to keep their shit together, right? Because some people are freaking out and some people are not freaking out. It's going to be really important to be able to count on the people around you as we move forward into this. So check out your people, all right? Get grounded, check your people out, and get ready for things to be shifting and moving and continuing at this breakneck speed. By this time next year, nothing will look the same. And that is a good thing. It is what we want. It's just, unfortunately, a horrible situation when we look at what needs to be done in order to get us there. So that's what I have to say today about the coronavirus. I will be talking in my next video about, what's the best way to put this? The difference between a person with empathy and soul connection and a person who does not have that. We're going to talk about that in detail next time. So thank you for hanging with me through this 10-minute thing. This is my first one. Hopefully I will get better at it. If you resonate with this video, I would so very much appreciate if you would subscribe to the channel or follow me on Facebook or share with your friends. Thank you so much. Have a great day.